What's up guys? So for a while now I've been getting requests to do a video on like the mental side of skateboarding, as in like how do you get over the fear of going to like a big rail or a big gap or something, because in reality skateboarding is probably 80% mental and 20% physical, maybe even like more mental. Some people were asking me what I think about before I do a big rail or a big gap or something, and the answer to that is absolutely nothing. You have to, or personally, I have to clear my mind before I can even like try something like that. If I'm like rolling up the rail and I think of something before I do the trick, I have to like stop and start all over again, and I have to like be completely clear-headed before I do the trick. So I think I'm more of a like in my head person than a lot of other people. Just an example to show that is back probably a year or two ago when I was trying this big old kinked rail at my school. I was with a few friends, and right before I popped, my friend coughed, and when he coughed, all I could think about in my head is like that's what it would sound like if I broke my rib. It's sort of like a gnarly, like mucusy cough. And right after I popped, I slipped off the rail, hit my chest on the rail, and broke my rib, and coughed exactly like he did. So that just kind of goes to show that like what you think will happen is what is going to happen for the most part. So that's why most of skateboarding is like picturing you doing the trick and then you'll actually do the trick. If you're going up to the trick and you think you're not going to land it, then chances are you're not going to land it unless you get really lucky. Start on something smaller. If you're trying to ollie a big stair set, then warm up on a smaller stair set and get the trick down that you're trying just off the smaller stair set until you feel really comfortable with it, and then go to the bigger one. And what I do is, let's say I'm trying to kickflip a drop. Before I actually try kickflipping the drop, I'll do a little like fake attempt where I sort of just like fling myself down it and get like my knees and body and all that broken into the impact. And that just gets me more comfortable with actually going down the gap, because once you get that first like initial carcass toss out of the way, then you're gonna feel a lot more comfortable with it. And with rails, I love doing big rails, and my little secret to that is always be ready to fall off to the other side. Like if you notice, all the like big rails that I do have something pleasant on the other side of them, as in like grass or dirt or not stairs and not rocks and not bad things. And that's because like if you're going a 50-50 rail and you jump off to this side, you're gonna land in grass or whatever it is. And that just is way easier to get comfortable with the rail, because you can just jump on and jump off super quick, and then eventually you're gonna get more and more down the rail. And that's pretty much just how I do big rails. I just jump off the side a few times, get comfortable with it, and then just fully commit. Commitment is key. If you don't commit, chances are you're not gonna land the trick. I can understand not committing on the first try, like I was just talking about, just to get the feel of the trick. But after that, you're gonna wanna start committing. You're not gonna be able to land the trick unless you start committing. And the way to feel comfortable committing is, for me at least, let's say I'm trying a kickflip. If I catch the kickflip and then kick out, then I know that next time I'll be able to not kick out and land it. So it's sort of, you like work your way up to it. Like first you just throw yourself down the gap. Then you like flick the trick but don't really catch it and just sort of bail out. And then you catch the trick and kick out, and then you catch the trick and land it. That's just how I work. I know like not everyone works that way. Some people just go for it and land it, and that's great for them. I can't do that. So everyone says to stay within your limits when you're skateboarding, but if you always stay within your limits, you're not really going to progress ever. So you want to push your limits safely. So if you like have only ollied a 4-stair and you're gonna go try to ollie like El Toro or something, don't do that. That's not a good idea. That's definitely pushing your limits. But if you've like ollied a 10-stair and you kind of want to try this like 15-stair, but you don't know if you can do it, but you think you can, you feel really comfortable on the 10-stair, then do it. That's pushing your boundaries but being safe about it. Once you're able to control what you're thinking for the most part and understand that skateboarding is mostly mental, that's gonna help you out a lot. If ever I'm rolling up to a trick and I start to think something, I immediately stop, because I've learned my lesson from that. I've like thought something and then decided to go for it anyway, and that's always when I get hurt. So if you like mentally do not think that like, oh, I'm gonna land it right here, then don't try it, and like back up and go start over and do it again until you feel confident trying it. Skateboarding is a huge mental game, so be in your head and know what you're doing and listen to what your brain is saying, because it's a lot smarter than you are, because your brain is you. So listen to what it's saying. If it's telling you that you're gonna get hurt, take a step back, take a few deep breaths, and then go back and do it again, or try it again, and see how it works. So that's about it. It's really hard to explain the mental side of skateboarding because everyone's brain is sort of different, but that's how my brain works. I know that a lot of other people's brains work like that too, and it's been working for me, so I suggest that you listen to my brain and program your brain to be like my brain. We can share brain waves and be one. Totally kidding about all that. Don't try to be like my brain. Everyone is their own brain, and you should be like your own brain. That's why you have a brain. So be yourself, but sometimes these tips that I have just told you will help you. So try them. If they don't help, then don't do them. Everyone's different, but that's what works for me, and I hope it helps you out. Follow me on Instagram @GarrettJenner for more videos and pictures and cool stuff and giveaways and all that good stuff. So follow me, subscribe. But that's gonna come up in the outro that you're about to see, so peace.